Hi there, I need you to switch on your video. Okay, put it shoulder length. Yeah, that's great. Fantastic network. All right, today we're going to start with a group discussion. Okay,
Yes.
so increase your volume and tell me why. Why group discussion?
Group, group discussion is important, but
I can't
by,
hear you. Well,
group discussion is important by which we can understand the uh, process of thinking of others, how other things on particular topic, and there is in group discussion there are there are different point of views. We can heard uh, different point of views, and we can make our own judgment on basis of that. There is our thought process and other people's thought process. So uh, we can get another uh, point of view on same topic in group discussions. So it's very important to enhance our knowledge, by which we can improve um, our thoughts on particular topic.
it's excellent. So where is it useful?
Pardon, hello.
Where is it useful?
Where is useful?
Yeah,
It's useful in everywhere, in professional, in your office, in academic, in in profession, in offices, in academic, in at home. We can discuss on we can discuss in particular topic at home also. So I think it's important in everywhere. There is a If there is so many people and we need to take decision on some topic, then there is always group discussion. So it's important, and it's important in everywhere.
it's important in everywhere. It's important everywhere. There's no need of in. You said it 2 times, but both times it should be just straightforward. It's important everywhere. No need of preposition in. Okay, so let's discuss about something. But I really want this to be your topic. So I want you to tell me what you want to discuss about. Something maybe related to your computer knowledge or something related to your anything you feel like. When you think of something,
Yes, and so group discussion on uh,
maybe it's of software engineering, maybe something to do with programming, maybe I can try and handle it. You go
okay.
ahead with it.
Okay, so group discussion on coding. If that's okay, uh, we are teaching coding to our kids at age of at standard from fifth standard or sixth standard. So is it okay, or we need to uh, we need to develop we need to introduce coding at more that early age is too early, so we need to introduce coding at standard of 10th or 11th, which is now okay. We are introducing coding at 11 or 12 standard, but from is it okay to introduce coding at early age? So
It's a fantastic topic you have chosen. You know, that's actually beneficial for all of mankind, particularly for children, for small children. So definitely, I want you to discuss on that. First of all, I do want your views on it. Should it be done for earlier child? Do you think it's way too early to introduce them to coding, or do you think there should be just a little bit of introduction and just a touch up only in school, not like extra coaching and extra stuff? Or do you think that it should be only in later part of life? And ultimately, do you think it will be of any use to them? because as you know, you are a programmer yourself, you know very well that 10 years from now the coding they're doing today will be useless, pretty much useless. You know how fast languages change, they just change at
Right.
the snap of a finger. Even our own verbal languages change very fast. Every month we lose one language in the earth, on the planet earth. Nobody knows this or nobody thinks about it, but it's gone. One more language is gone. So do you think all this is viable? Please shed your light on that. Okay, I think I have a net loss from your side. Oh, guess your turn came and we have a net loss. I'm getting a red signal from your side. Mine is working totally fine. I got a red signal on your side. Can you hear me? And your mic also is turned off. Can you turn it on? Okay. I have a complete red signal from your side there.
Hello.
You're back, thank
Am I
God.
audible?
Yeah, now you became audible. It's still showing a little bit
Okay.
of red signal. All this time it was red signal, it's dead again. Can you hear me? Nope, it's dead again. Your red signal is back again, solid red. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red bars on your signal.
Yes, there is a internet connectivity issue. So I'm
Okay,
connected to another device.
okay, connected to another device. It is okay, now it's back. Now the signal is back. Okay, so yeah, you start speaking on that.
So I think that as you just said that uh, I think we need to introduce logic, not coding, because syntax the languages changes continuously. As I started coding, there were so many languages, and I joined firm, and after 1 2 years, so many languages are not in use. So I think that we don't need to introduce syntax level coding to children. We Is it okay to introduce logic? So how logic need to build? So aptitude is there, logic building exercise are there. So we need to focus on that. Other than introducing some uh, coding, some languages level stuff. So and syntax, because there is too much in syntax. If you go to syntax, then in any adult can confuse with that syntaxes. So many of my friends also, when we start when we start with coding and languages, so many of us confused at engineering level. So and after that uh, um, there is one fear in mind that we won't able to code in particular language. So that's we actually introduce fear in children at early age, because syntax are more difficult to catch or more difficult to write at any level. So I think that we need to introduce logic other than syntax or coding. We at sixth standard, we need to introduce them aptitude, logic, those level of stuff other than actual syntax level coding. And at engineering level or any 11 12 standard, we can introduce syntax level coding. So it base is already there, and at that time they are more mature, and they will handle syntax because they know logic. And only difference only is there we only is that they need to write code and syntax level code. So that will helpful for them other than directly introducing coding at early age. What I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. They can, I think they should just be introduced to coding, that this is the fundamentals of coding. That this is going to help you because in future, whatever devices you're going to meet, they are coded in some way. Or this is just a little bit of touch on, and that should only be done in school level, in their school studies, not as an extra study, because too much burden. They already have a lot of subjects to deal with, and now you're telling them do coding, like that's crazy. And you're telling them to do that coding which will practically be wiped out by the time they even grow to a solid teenager point. By the time they're 18, that language is definitely gone. You know it very well
Right.
that uh, almost all the languages we look at 10 years back, they're gone. Now there's new languages like Python and Java, which were never even heard of before, and even newer ones coming on year by year basis. So definitely whatever they're being trained on right now, it's going to die out in a matter of time. So they shouldn't be bothered with that. They should only be getting specific, simple training like this is computer logic. This is how it's going to be done. Computers need to be programmed with another language. You're going to have to realize that. And the logic behind this is just the numbers, the binary digits 0 and 1. One is off, the other one is on. That's basically it. A simple introduction only in class level, I think. It should not be done as an extra study and anything else. So, what do you think? Should it be only at class level, or should it be like they have to do extra coding training or
No, no,
they
I think you were right. I think that that only in class level, class studies, we need to don't give more burden on their shoulder because already so many subjects are there, and particularly some because some children may be more enthusiastic about laws and history, geography. For them, it's the more burden because they are already not interested in that level of stuff. They are interested in another subject, and we are introducing those subject in extracurricular or apart from their studies. That is not right thing to do with children because as we know that there is so much subjects already uh, are there. So I think that in basic level and that is only in class studies.
So what do you think? Suppose some students do learn outside class. They're learning, other languages like
Yes.
Arduino and I don't know whatever. Small kids, really tiny kids. And do you think that these languages actually will be useful to them in the later part of their lives, or do you think it will be completely useless by that time?
I think it's use. I think it's useless because they are learning in terms of uh, syntax level uh, uh, coding, and I don't think that will helpful in future. But if they are learning and they are building logic with that syntax, then it will little bit helpful. But they are losing that precious childhood time by doing those stuff because they in later life they're going to do that only. But just like me, I'm doing coding nowadays, but by my childhood I never did that, and that not impact full on my career because I'm a decent coder. So that's not the case that you need to do those kind of stuff at early age. You need to enjoy that those moment and those particular time because time never comes again. So I don't think that is more helpful
I
for them
think,
in
and I,
future.
yeah, I totally agree with you that these languages are not going to be useful that for them. Definitely, if you look a decade from now, Arduino programming, and yeah, they're learning to program little things like remote control and all that. These things will be gone. You and I know very well that the language would have enhanced in many ways. C++ itself might have produced by that time C English, where you can just talk to the computer and it will do things automatically. Already, you and I very well know that artificial intelligence is now doing the programming. So kids won't be doing programmings in the first place. It is the
Right,
robots and the computers that will be doing it. Right?
right,
Am I
right.
right on that?
Yes, yes, right. You are absolutely right.
Okay.
AI is there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
AI is there, and that the kids are doing, uh, kids are coding in those languages. Those languages are not helpful in long term. So it's absolutely right that it's not useful at all.
Other word, a lot of educationists and people who are trying to force this upon kids of the whole country are actually wasting their time.
Right, right,
They're wasting the kids' time. By the time the kids realize it, it will be at least 15 years old or 20 years old when they realize, oh my God, we did that and it's totally useless.
right, right. Absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a waste because we can see computers are already being programmed by computers now.
Right.
A lot of Google programming is done now by Google software itself rather than people. Even in Microsoft, they are themselves telling that now we're doing less programming. Yeah, the computers and the robots are doing most of the programming. So it's like, hey, what are these kids learning? Those little code for? It's not gonna help them. So I think. So what do you think? In what other ways can they train these kids uh, regarding computers if this is useless? So what should they be doing?
I think um, child if childhood in at childhood level they need to understand logic more because there is there are mathematics is more important in coding there because one thing you can do by tons of way. So logic is more important and mathematics is more important in coding. So so other than they just focus on mathematics that is more important to do any level of coding. So and maths is useful in many more ways in life. If you're going in commerce or science or anything that need accounts that need uh, basic level of uh, calculations, and I think that is more important that you must focus we must focus on maths other than coding because if maths is proper then that kid uh, will code will code uh, accurately and more proper. That kid will code in more proper ways if he knows mathematics. So I think we need to focus on maths other than coding, and that will helpful more in many part of life other than coding also.
Absolutely agree with that. Mathematics is what they should be focusing on. The regular subjects that are time proven to be good in small classes should be the ones taken. In fact, there are so many. There's math, there is science, all three combined in science, physics, chemistry, and biology, as so many others. Even maths becomes really comprehensive at a later stage. They have algebra and calculus, God knows how many other types of mathematics, arithmetic, which is completely, uh, mind-boggling at times.
Yes,
All right. I think they should be focusing on mathematics. It's a super important subject, and that's what's going to help them learn about computers too in the future. A little introduction on
yes,
computers, and go back and do your regular uh, subjects. They are already too much for them, I think.
absolutely.
Okay, so that's fantastic. We had a great discussion. Do you want to add anything else on that?
I think nowadays if um, we can forecast future in any programming language. We can forecast 5 to 10 years of uh, coding survival of coding language. So on that basis we need to introduce coding to 10th or 11th standard also, we need to update coding level stuff, because I saw that so many of uh, so many of higher graduate students learn Ruby and Rail or many other languages. Those languages are already died. So so we need to upgrade our already established system. uh, uh, we need to upgrade our already established system first, and then we need to focus on kids, because they also came in that system already big system. If they learn coding at early age, and if they are enough smart, or they compromise with their childhood days with coding, and again if they came in, if they come in 11th or 12th standard, again they will fall in that old system that will not helpful them at all. So we are focusing on them, but they again fall in that trap only. So I think that we need to upgrade that system also, that already established system, that they will come in that system. So that's, I think.
Fantastic. So we had a good discussion. So let's cheer us both up. Let's clap and say, yes, we can discuss with anyone and everyone any topic. See that?
Yes, we can discuss with everyone,
And anyone
and anyone,
on any
with
topic.
on any topic, on
That's
any topic.
fantastic. Yeah. So we've done good discussion. Now let's move on to our usual grammar part. Okay. And I'm going to show it to you on the screen. Hold on a second. I haven't even activated it. So what we're going to do today in our grammar part. Okay, there it is. It's on the screen now. And if I'm not wrong, we should have it there. It's taking a little bit longer. Computers now have pretty much a mind of their own. I'm not sure which one we did, but I think it was something to do with that. But did we miss it? Did I miss it? No, it's there. Yeah,
Yes, pause there.
that's right. We were there. So as you can see, that's what we did last time. And again, today I will make another table. If this thing allows me to make a table, yes, it does allow me to make a table. So we're gonna have another subject today to deal with, and helping verb and object. Okay. And like yesterday, we're doing with the past tense, past simple tense, but we're also doing the questions with it as well as the negative. Now, notice why I am separating the two. The previous one was also past simple, and now we are also doing past simple. So why are they separated? Because there's probably a major difference between the two that you must catch on. As you can see on the screen, the past one was on was and were, whereas now we're going to focus on the main past simple tense. And notice how this one has this and this one has this. Now notice what I'm going to do next. So some words we can just change the verb. Actually, I'm going to remove helping from here, and I'm going to write here verb to be more accurate. We're just going to use the past form of the verb to make sentences. So past form of the verb, or you can write as V1, oh sorry, second form of the verb, right?
Yes.
So for example, we have the word play. Do you know what is the second form of it, or the past tense of it?
Played.
Played, right there. Now for played, how can we speak it? What kind of subjects we can use? That's what you need to concentrate on. Look at this. Pretty much everything has come on screen. You can put any of those with the past tense of a verb, and you have the past simple tense. Except when it comes to was and were, you're going to break it in two categories. But for the past simple tense, otherwise, just going to have all of them going like that. So he played a game yesterday. He played whatever you want to say. He played badminton, or whatever you want to say as more object in the morning. You can even write more sentence or anything regarding that, or nothing at all. Even just leave it at badminton. You can see it will also work with we. We played badminton. They played badminton. You played badminton. She played. That is the fundamental difference between the two. The actual past simple tense, for most part, you just use the past form of the verb and you're okay. But with was and were, it's different for he, she, it, I, and different for we, they, you. So you got to remember that previous one. Now, in this one, there's also more. For example, we can have questions here, and we can have the negative form of the word if you want to write negative or positive. Obviously, you know the negative is, if you want to say, then you can put any negative word in it, like hadn't played. He hadn't played badminton. He didn't play badminton, right? So what we're going to look at is which form of the verb to use when we're putting words in, like helping verbs, like didn't. So if you're putting didn't, which is a helping verb, then which form of the word will come? Can you tell me?
V1 first.
First form. He
Yes.
didn't play badminton in the morning. They didn't play. So when we are talking with a helping verb, okay, now we can put here helping verb, H and V in brackets, because bracket means it's optional. If you want, you can have the helping verb. If you don't want, you can just have the verb. And we can remove this bracket to avoid confusion. If you're putting the verb, it will be the past tense, which is the second form of the verb. Oh, where's my cursor? Right there. So all of these will work with this. So, and then we come to the question mark part, right? So I'm going to tell it to just go ahead and, well, it's not allowing me to select that. There we go. Okay. So we want to insert one more, and it's not letting me insert from there. Maybe it would do it from here. It's left of it. There it is. So if we want to put a question mark over here, I'm not going to touch these ones because that's kind of like spoiling it. Definitely these ones all will come in one category, so I can merge them. Bang, it's merged. Computers are so much great. Who needs a language to do all these things? Okay, so I put one more line because now I'm going to introduce the question type here. For question, what do you think will happen? Can you guess? If you want to convert the same kind of line to question, what will come here?
Helping verb.
Yeah, the helping verb. Fantastic. So there we go. Helping verb will come up here, and it's not optional this time. So I shouldn't put it in brackets. Okay, I can just put it up straight away. Helping verb will come. Like, did he, did she, did they, and for all of them, played, or sorry, then there will be no helping verb here. There will be just the straight form play. So as you can see, the negative way is with the helping verb. Now with the question, we only have straight away the form of, first form of the verb. Did he play badminton in the morning? Did they play badminton? badminton in the morning? Did we play badminton in the morning? All of them falling in the same category. Okay? And that's not where we're going to stop today. We're going to look at it even more importantly. So I'm going to definitely put one more. Where is it? Here we are. That's gone. That's gone. And we have one more. We're not going to stop at that only. We are also going to make sure that you know there's another level type of question, which you can, one you can call direct question and the other indirect question. Or best way is just remember another form of question. Okay. So these are which type of questions? Like the ones I told you, all the WHs, right? So we can say why, and we can say why did, and we can say he, she, it, whatever, and we can say the same thing, play and badminton in the morning. So I'm going to make things much easier for you. I'm going to combine these two together. And then I'm going to combine these ones also together. And then I'm also going to combine these ones together because you can see they will fall in all categories. This does not change. Clear?
Yes.
So we have Y and I gotta go to the next part. Let's go to the next page. Well, we can bring the whole thing down. First, let's put how and check. We'll take the whole of this and shift it to our next page. There it is. So you can get it in one go. Now, if we have how, again, you can see the same question can come. How did he play badminton in the morning? You can put one more question. When? When did he or when did they play badminton in the morning? Played it in the morning, but exactly when they're asking. You can even put more, like where did they play badminton in the morning, etc. All the forms will come here. So the most important thing in this one, an easy one for you to remember in past simple tense, is this one I'm talking about. They're all he, she, it. As you can see, if you want, I can merge them all here. Once again, there it is. Absolutely clear that no matter whether it's WH question type or the helping verb question type, you still have all the subjects in the past simple tense in the same way. There's no need to worry about which one goes with he, she, it, or whatever. You go just go ahead and for the simplest form, you will make the verb into ed or past form. And if you're using helping verb, then nothing changes, the verb remains the same. And if you're using any other form, the verb remains exactly the same, play, play, play. If you want, I can also combine these to make it clear for you. And of course, this one is also combined. You can have multiple lines here, not just, you can also say dance. And you can also say other things like started, walked, you name it, they will all come and fit in here. But the most important thing is that this also remains exactly the same. So we merge them for our clarity. Clear?
Yes.
You're getting something?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this because I'm going to move ahead into the grammar book.
Can you do it for did also?
Did is already on screen.
Merging of cells.
But this did or this did?
Yes.
Which did?
This one. Merging of cells.
It's there. Look, you just go ahead. You don't have to worry about this line. You only look from here. Did we play? Look, did is coming here. Did we play badminton in the morning. Only up to here, you see these levels where the questions don't start, is it different? But after the question starts, straight away the same form of the verb, no change in it. Did you play? Did you? Oh, sorry. What did I do here?
There is third.
Yeah, I actually put the verb here, and so I should not put all of these verbs in here to confuse you. So I can remove these, and you can put any word here. Did you dance? Did you walk? Did you whatever?
Yes, sir.
Here, now it's much
Yes,
better. That's what was confusing. And this did is a part of these questions now.
right.
Okay. But for some reason, the computer has removed all the lines from the screen. I don't know why it did that. Okay, so the lines are gone. Anyways, you can take a snapshot of that, and then we move forward. Ready?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, take a screenshot. So you can study it greatly, because past tense does cause you problem in your speaking. You want to fix that. I don't know where the lines went, how I can bring it back. Lines were there. Yeah, they're gone. For some reason, it decided to do that. Okay, we're done.
Yes, sir.
Let's go straight into the book and jump into the book. That's what we're dealing with over here. And you are going to be the one reading it for me, starting right from the top, the very first line. What kind of words are there?
Clean, went, ate. Past simple positive. And I didn't, did you? Past simple negative questions.
Right. Like I said, past simple positive is there. All of these we're doing together because there's no need to change the subject. All the subjects are just the same, as you can see here. Whether you put went or whether you put whatever, even positive or negative, or even the question, the subject remains in its place. Okay, so let's take a look at this diagram and a line with present simple tense and a past simple tense describing it. Read me this one.
Rahul goes for morning walk every day. He went for morning walk yesterday.
Okay, and you can substitute this subject for any of these. They went, she went, it went. It will work with all of them. Okay.
Yes.
Then here are some of the second form and why they should be spelled correctly. You can see some of them you just add ed next to it, but some of them already have an e, then we just put d, because there's no need of putting double ed. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't come in our sound. It doesn't come in our pronunciation. So we just put d. And some of them may be slightly different. Let me just show you another one right here. Drink will become the past form, right? And helping verbs like do, have, go, get, eat have a completely different form of the past tense. Do, does, become. What does do become? Tell me.
Did,
You have.
had,
This is the second form, eh? What's the past form of go?
went,
You can see go, goes, went. What's the get?
got, ate.
Right. And so many others. Look at the be. See that?
Yes.
There is your
Was.
was verb, which we did the last time. Okay.
Yes.
So these are the multiple lines you can see. I'm just going to make you speak the lines so you know which one is positive. We're not going to worry about all these formulas. I've already given it to you on the table form, and you can study this on your own. So read me this past line.
He stayed in a hotel last night.
That's positive. Read me this one.
He didn't stay in a hotel last night.
That's negative.
Negative.
Question form.
Why did he stay in a hotel last night?
And of course, you can put instead of why all the other WH forms like how did he, when did he, where did he, okay, etc. Not everything will work perfectly. When you put here what, then you can't make this sentence, but you can change the sentence. What did he eat in the hotel last night? It's perfect in that scenario. Okay, so here are some positive sentences and their negative sentence. Before we go on that, let's follow the spelling rules. You can see copy, speak this.
Copy, copied.
You can see the difference. Y is removed, IED is same as copy, copies, except the past tense we put D. Study, studies, and studied. Studies is the plural, studied is the past tense. What about this one? Try, tries is the, what do you call that? Plural, and tried here as shown is the past tense. Also look at the spelling changes in some of these. How they change, you can look at that. And where there is a vowel and a consonant rule, you can also see that. For example, stop has a double P on it. Reason I told you already. The same thing with chop and the same thing with plan is you when you speak, the word PP will come twice. Stop, do. See, when you say the P automatically comes. So that's why it's there twice. Chop, do. Stop, do. Plan, do. You can see the N sound is coming in both. So we automatically start putting it there. So there's obviously great rules that you must always obey and follow. Words ending with E will only have D in the past at the end. As I already told you earlier on, like closed, the same way, live, lived, save, saved. Now you read me some positive sentences starting with this one and their associated negative sentences.
I studied the plan in detail. I didn't study the plan in detail. We enjoyed the art festival. We didn't enjoy the art festival. You analyzed very well. You didn't analyze very well. They had a digital camera. They didn't have a digital camera. Hari did salsa at the party. Hari didn't do salsa at the party. Uma had a lot of pens. Uma didn't have a lot of pens. The courier reached on time. The courier didn't reach on time.
Fantastic. And here is the order of the questions. You can read them all just for practice sake. Read me the first one.
What did you do yesterday? How did Ram go to work in the morning? How much did it cost? Did Hema use the computer?
Just like I was explaining, did Hema use the computer, or why did Hema use the computer, or when did Hema use the computer? It's just the same thing, except the D will become capital because it's the starting of the sentence, right? So it's pretty straightforward if you look at it. Otherwise, it can be complicated in mind. Do you think it's fine? Do you think you can do this exercise that's coming up?
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay. So tell me, what did you learn in it?
I learned simple past tense and how to use it in question form and in positive, negative ways. How to use it. How to use verb given way to properly.
Fantastic. So let's say together, yes, we can learn and use grammar correctly.
Yes, we can learn and use grammar correctly.
Right. Oh, is that your screen popping up?
Yes.
Okay. That's it. So now we've done the grammar. Let's go on to our last part today, which is vocabulary, as you know. Okay, so tell me, why? Why vocabulary?
Vocabulary is important. That is, hello.
How is it important?
It will give. It will give proper proper definition to any sentence that we want to say something and there is vocabulary for that. So we need to use that vocabulary, and that will that will help us to communicate properly with anybody.
Is
Hello.
extremely, because it shows that we have a good command over English language, that we can speak in everything. And it's very easy for us. Let's go straight and look at what's our vocabulary there. Hold on a second. The screen disappeared like this. If I do that, but like this, you will be able to see everything. Where is vocabulary? We have it. If I'm not wrong, last time we did this part and we did not do this part. We did it auspicious, you remember?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do these ones now, which are on your screen. So first thing first, you're going to read me this word, tell me its
More.
meaning, and then you're gonna make two sentences. Read it.
More.
I
More.
want read it once again.
More.
Yeah. Just pronounce it louder. Moon. It's
More.
like almost like a cow doing moo. So like moon.
More.
Yeah, that's it. Moon is the correct pronunciation of this. If you can't follow this, you can write in your own words moon, how you understand it. But that's the sound I want. Okay, so what does it mean?
It does mean to make any sound suggestive of such pain or grief.
Any kind of painful sound, any kind of grieving sound, any kind of distressful sound, any kind of hurting sound is called moan or moaning. Like after the accident, I saw one person was mourning, or even after the death in the family, I saw several members were mourning. So basically, they were crying, they were in pain, they were in grief, etc. Now you got it?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I
Yes.
made the
Yes.
sentences for you. Now you make two sentences for me.
Uh, in this pandemic, all around people, affected people cried and moaned. Hello.
Moaned with ed will come.
Yes.
Or you can change the sentence, say people can be seen mourning everywhere. Okay, another sentence.
Uh, just a minute.
About a negative sentence. Don't mourn, something like that.
If you, if you are pain,
If you are in pain,
pain, cry.
yeah. So, well, let me help. If you are in pain, don't mourn like a child when you are
Okay.
being inoculated or when you are being injected. So don't mourn like a child. We can just say that. Just remember that
Yes.
sentence.
Yes.
Don't mourn like a child.
Yes. Right. Right.
Means don't cry like a child. Don't grieve like a child. Unnecessarily grieving or unnecessarily mourning. So that becomes negative. You can also make question forms of it. Did he mourn? Was he mourning? after he was hurt or something like, or after they said this.
Right.
Okay, but in question type, we normally just use the simple words. Was he in pain or was he feeling grief? That is more like. Let's look at the next word. Read the word.
Last rites.
I read it correctly, and these are two words actually. Meaning,
Religious rites prescribed for those close to death or have died.
yeah, I hope you understand that.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
give me two sentences regarding it.
Uh, uh,
Always just try to make one simple, like, let's give him the last rites,
yes,
or
yes.
let's respect and give him the last rites, right? If he's dead
Let,
and we're talking about a dead person.
let's
Okay,
respect and give him last right, and other one is it's more.
what happens in our culture? You can say that.
What happened in our culture that last right, uh, in last right there were no women's in last right.
Sorry, come again.
In our culture, if somebody died, then in his last ride, no woman's allowed in that journey. Uh, I saw some.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can say things like that. In our culture, in the last rites of a person, everyone wears white. You can say anything like you are saying. Okay.
Right, yes,
Multiple lines are possible. Think about them and keep thinking. This is the only way you're going to grab the vocabulary by force. Okay,
yes.
by making more lines. Let's look at the next
Ambiguous.
one. Pronunciation again, clear.
Ambiguous.
Yeah. If you want to learn slowly, you can read from am, big, you, us, or you can just say us, as you already know how to pronounce us. Ambiguous, ambiguous, what we say. Now, say it once more.
Ambiguous.
Yeah, ambiguous. Now, here's the
Doubt,
meaning.
doubtful or uncertain nature. Difficult to comprehend.
Comprehend.
Comprehend. Difficult to comprehend, distinguish or classify.
Yeah. Something which is difficult to comprehend means something you cannot tolerate anymore, something you cannot distinguish from another or even classify, that becomes ambiguous. Or something you're in doubt about or you're uncertain of its nature, then it becomes ambiguous. And let's have a simple line with it first.
Yes. The wording of the question, the wording of the agreement is ambiguous.
Okay, the agreement is ambiguous. Okay, so yeah, you can say that way. Or you can make a simple line, he is an ambiguous person.
Yes,
You
right.
you cannot understand his nature, his certain behavior, or he's a doubtful kind of person. He's simply difficult to comprehend it.
His reply was so ambiguous.
Yeah. His reply was ambiguous, and you can add more information to that. His reply was ambiguous, comma, it was very difficult to understand. Then
Right.
that's the way we tackle larger vocabularies. Okay, then we go on, and here's the next one. Please pronounce it
Apprehend.
again.
Apprehend.
Apprehend. Yeah, this time I heard it clearly. Meaning,
Hello. Am I audible?
yeah, now you are.
Uh, to grasp, to grasp the meaning of, understand, especially intuitively, Perceive.
Perceive, yeah, to perceive something, to grasp the meaning of something, to understand, especially that which is intuitively arranged, to understand something, to apprehend. Also, we use it to grab, or we also use this word to arrest someone. So that's an easy way for you to, when we've grabbed something, so we've arrested that thing. So that's another way. Now, can you make two sentences with it?
He was he was he was soon apprehended. He understand very well. So
He was soon apprehended. No, no, no. He was soon apprehended means he was soon arrested. If you use it on a person, that's what it means. It means arrested. So if you don't want to speak it on a person, you can say it can be easily apprehended. If you're talking about that, you can easily grasp it or you can easily catch it. Okay? But you are right, that sentence is much better. He was easily apprehended after he committed that mistake or whatever. Okay? You can even say the teacher apprehended him in the class. And it's kind of it plays a negative role. It's not a very positive. Okay, we go on one more because we're running out of time. Read me this one.
talkative, inclined to talk a great a lot.
Yeah,
He was a talkative person.
yeah, he was a talkative person, and you don't know the next one, stubborn, etc. So I'll send you one more page and maybe even one more. No, this is it.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and then you can look at this yourself. So tell
So we
me,
so we
how
do
was it?
have
Sorry?
that V1 V2 list of work. Do we have that any kind of uh, the work chat or anything? V1 V2 V3. Do we have any
And
like?
okay, well, yeah, sure, I can send you something like that, showing you the different forms of the verbs.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, but they're very simple. Play, played, playing, these kind of things. So I will, yeah, definitely, I will show you those, and I will show you I will also send you something else we call irregular form of verbs. There are some verbs which are irregular, which do not have these patterns, and they just have to learn, like the ones we saw today. You saw some of those words, like go
And
becomes completely went. That's an irregular verb. Completely changes, transforms. That's called an irregular form. So I'll send you a list of that and you can look at that. But those are not 100% all of them. There are thousands of words. Mostly they are there, but not all of them. The rest you can understand in your
yes,
lifetime.
yes.
Okay, I'll send you that one. Anything else?
No, no, no. That's it.
Okay, then I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, you have
Yes,
fun and speak to
yes,
everyone in English.
yes. I'll try. I'll try.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
great. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, bye. Good night.